fly 3 hours south and east from Atlanta, past the Bahamas and Nassau, and the eastern tip of Cuba, and you'll find the Republic of Haiti. From the air, miles and miles of wide open country, almost spacious. On the ground, it's a different story. Despite having a viable tourist industry, Haiti is one of the world's poorest countries, with poverty, corruption, poor infrastructure, lack of health care, and lack of education cited as the main sources. So Living Hope Ministries is it's a mission down in Haiti. It's about 12 miles west of Port-au-Prince, which is the capital of Haiti. And it's in a 3-acre parcel of land there, and it's surrounded by a concrete wall.
We started this mission I did in '94 because God moved me out of my comfort zone from another ministry and told me to start Living Hope Ministries in a vision He'd given me. And we started from scratch with His provisions. Living Hope Ministries is a ministry where we would like to train up the children of Haiti and the youth to change the nation of Haiti, to give them a vision for their nation, to give them the resources and education to spiritually as well as socially and educationally change this nation.
We serve 580 children every day. The life of the Haitian is not easy. You can see inside, you see it's very light because we have trees, we have all. But outside, they don't have nothing. Just the parents, sometimes the father don't do nothing, mother don't do nothing, but it's not easy for them to live and do things. Why we working very hard to see how we can give them a better life.
On this campus, they have really 3 primary components of the mission. They have a primary school, which includes preschool, 3-year-olds, all the way up to 6th grade. And then they have a very, very active trade school. And so there's about 300 students that participate.
All of our children attend trade school from 3rd grade up, and many of them, even as they go to high schools, continue in the trade school. Plus, about 50% of our kids in trade school now are from the communities surrounding. Some come as far as maybe 15, 20 miles away.
And they have classes in baking, sewing, tailoring, embroidery, business classes, welding, and they hire professional teachers to teach those classes. And they start students as young as 3rd grade. They're encouraged to take these trade school classes, but they also have adults that come from the community to learn trades there so that they can become more employable. They have the primary school, the trade schools, and the church. It's a very dynamic church. About 80% of the worshipers are the kids who go to school there, and their parents that also come to church. Pastor Andres is a very dynamic preacher there, and and the singing and praising is just super joyful there, and it's really a well-rounded, well-balanced mission there. One thing that Living Hope does that's truly amazing is that they're able to do all of this activity and this educating of the people of both the primary school and the trade schools on a very modest budget. So in terms of US dollars, their budget is about $160,000 a year, which is the same as probably one upper middle class American family. And with that money, they're able to have a primary school of over 580 students, a trade school of over 300 students, and a church, and that includes all their supplies. They supply all their school equipment, the books, a hot meal a day, which may be the only hot meal a day that these kids might get. And they employ over 50 faculty and staff, which really helps the local economy, the local community. There's construction programs every year, rebuilding after the earthquake that happened in 2010. They've been busy doing that, making sure all the buildings are now earthquake-proof. And they've also been expanding because of the physical size and number of students that they're supporting there. They just have to build more classrooms, and so they always have a building project underway. So part of that budget goes to creating and the buildings. So I've been involved with the sponsorship program for a number of years. Sponsorship is an opportunity for people who may not be able to go to Haiti but want to be involved with the mission somehow. And it's a way for them to personally connect with one of the students or more. There's some of our sponsors that have more than one, and we currently have over 200 students that are sponsored. So because we have multiple sponsors in some families, so there's about 170 families in the United States that sponsor the kids. And they come from 14 different states, so there's a very broad base of support.
The sponsors get a lot out of it as far as relationship and learning to pray for these children and communicating with the children like a pen pal. And the children and the sponsors often grow together and become family.
The funding we receive from the sponsorship program is really, really important to the support of the school.
This sponsor help us to have funds, help us to have all the material we need to help the child can have the trade and can have one education better in Haiti.
It helps pay payroll. It helps pay for books for their classes. It helps give them a meal a day. It provides also hands-on education here, and also for them to attend the trade school as well as the primary school.
So about 2/3 of the primary school budget comes from the sponsorship program. And it's just super important to have that very broad-based support, financial support, that creates a very consistent giving pattern to support the school all through the school year. And so it's a really important part of Living Hope Ministries and able to function and to keep it viable.
The kids love it, and when they have a day off or a vacation time, they miss it, and they all want to come back in here.
The mission is for me is the life, because we pray, we worship, we serve is the life, because Jesus Christ given the life for us to pray, to serve, and to help people.
For me, the mission is also my life. It's my hope and my dream. It's giving hope to the children and the future of Haiti, that they will become the leaders tomorrow.